The wait is finally over for the thinnest and the newest iPhone that's out, marking the biggest iPhone leap in recent years. It's iPhone 17 Air, which is priced at 82,900. The ultra-thin iPhone Air, which is starting basically at 1,20,000. It's the original iPhone 17 that's starting at about 83,000. So how expensive is it going to be here in India? When is it coming to India? Which are the different variants that have come out, and what are the striking colors this time around? Well, Aayush is joining us from Apple Park to get us all the answers. Aayush, over to you.
Well, we've got 4 new iPhones, which is the iPhone 17, the 17 Pro, 17 Pro Max, and this time there's a super slim one called the iPhone Air, which really caught everyone's fancy because it's super slim, 5.6 millimeters thick, which is incredible. Only one camera on that one. But we also got new watches that focus a lot more on the health features. There's also hypertension alerts for patients with blood pressure. We also got AirPods Pro 3 that now have a lot of AI built in. You also have a heart rate sensor, so it helps with some of your health and fitness needs as well. And then there's all the software features on iOS 26. But what's most fascinating is that with the iPhone Air, you now have an A19 Pro, which is a chipset that actually comes on the Pro and Pro Max. So when they've made it ultra slim, and this is something that the rumor mills were rife about, you've also got perhaps the most power efficient iPhones ever. Will they do well in India? Well, it's nearly 1,20,000 rupees for the iPhone Air. But then there's the Pro and the Pro Max. The best thing about the Pro and Pro Max this year is that finally there's a design overhaul. They look different. The camera module is different. And it remains to be seen which one's going to be the most popular, especially back home in India.
My question to you is, would you be buying the iPhone 17 Air, or would you be sticking to the Pro versions of it?
So I'm right outside Apple Park, and the event, of course, was at the Steve Jobs Theatre. If you've been seeing our coverage across NDTV, it's been from the theatre. Now I'm right outside. My personal take, honestly, we're always excited about what Apple's doing with iPhones, but it's an interesting space, especially with all the other brands and other big tech companies really ramping up on AI. We wanted to see how AI would be woven across the ecosystem. It's slow and steady still for iPhone, but they've done really well in terms of some of the other niggling questions, be it design, be it battery life, be it exactly how the phone would be durable or not. All those things have been improved, and some of the long-awaited upgrades, especially with AirPods, the AirPods Pro now having those heart rate sensors, also obviously doubling up for a while as hearing aids. I think these are interesting features. The Air, for me, is probably, as a creator, as someone who shoots a lot of content, is not the ideal phone, although it's slim and really nice to hold, but it only has one 48 megapixel fusion camera. The Pro Max is always at the top of the heap, and this year too, it comes in very interesting colors. So center stage, now you can use the phone and you don't need to switch between vertical and horizontal. The phone does that for you with one click, so it's much easier to take a selfie. These are features across the iPhone 17 lineup. And then there's also dual camera, which is something that we've seen on Android phones for a while, but I could be recording this video and also showing you what's up ahead, more of a vlogging-like setup. So these incremental, interesting upgrades really seem to work, but it's the cosmic orange iPhone 17 Pro and 17 Pro Max, which is honestly something we've not seen before. It's an aluminium unibody, built very differently. Interesting point though, the eSIM only version, which is in the US, will technically have more real estate inside the phone. That means it might have slightly better battery life than a similar phone or a similar model, a Pro model, with a physical SIM slot. That's something we'll be testing here on Tech 360.
Right, Aayush, while you're speaking of that cosmic orange, it's reminding me of the orange bar here back home. Get us a closer look, and of course, Aayush getting us all the details and a closer look to all the products that iPhone has come out with. We'll take a look.
I'm here at Apple Park and I have the iPhone 17 Pro and the 17 Pro Max. Outside the Steve Jobs Theatre, the keynote has just ended, and you're seeing it first in my hand in this blue and this cosmic orange. Of course, you get this in both devices. This is the Pro, so it's 6.3 inches. This is 6.9 inches. It's massive, but it's still very pocketable and handleable. They come with an A19 Pro chip on the inside, better thermal management, and of course, all that computability just like a MacBook Pro, but in the palm of your hands. Is it a big upgrade from last year? That's the real question, and for that, I have an answer. It is, because of all the things that Apple's doing on the inside of this device. It looks great, but then of course you have a ceramic shield too on the outside, so it's going to be a lot more durable, a lot more scratch resistant, and it's going to be ready, the camera, for filmmakers. There is 3 48 megapixel cameras over here doing all the magic. Now you also have center stage on the selfie camera. So if I'm taking this right here, I can go wide and I can go horizontal and vertical using AI. That is a very casual, efficient flex of artificial intelligence. You don't have to put it up on posters and billboards. The phone does the talking. The iPhone camera was fantastic. It's gotten even better on the 17 Pro Max and the 17 Pros. There's one more feature which we've seen in Android devices for the last 4 years, but when Apple does it, they do it differently. You just swipe up on the camera, and right here, this is the new dual capture mode on the iPhone 17. I think this is really cool on the 17 Pro, 17 Pro Max. I could be vlogging and doing this at the same time and telling you what's happening. Right now, I'm outside the Steve Jobs Theatre for the Apple event. Now, you get this at 1,35,000 rupees. What did you make of the Pro lineup this year? This is your first look of the iPhone 17 Pro and the 17 Pro Max. The rumor mills were rife with a slim device, and this is as slim as it gets at 5.6 mm. This is the slimmest iPhone ever. But if you thought this would be underpowered, then you'd be wrong, because they've actually given this an A19 Pro chipset on the inside that makes it way more power efficient. In fact, the most power efficient iPhone yet. More than that, there is, of course, a 48 megapixel fusion camera, which might be a little bit of a bummer for camera enthusiasts, but you're not in this for the camera. Though that 48 megapixel camera can do a lot of things, not like the Pro models. That said, it's a thermal management system that works. It is incredibly slim to hold, very pocketable, probably a secondary device, to be honest, for me, because I'll always want a Pro device and a foldable. This might be a device for a lot of people who don't want something bulky in their pockets. It comes with all-day battery life, and it's eSIM only. If that's something you're worrying about, well, this is eSIM only. That also means it gives them more space on the inside to work with the architecture. But if you ask me, it comes in 4 colors. It starts at 1,20,000 rupees in India. The camera has a bunch of features, some of them that we've seen in the iPhone 17 as well, and the iPhone 17 Pro lineup. But what did you make of the iPhone 17 Air? Will this be a popular device, especially in India, with this pricing? It's interesting, I'm here with the new iPhone 17, and this booth over here, in the hands-on area, is not getting as much attention as the Air and the Pro. The Pro always gets all the eyeballs, but this time there's other things as well, like the AirPods, which have finally been refreshed with a bunch of health features, and then the Apple Watch. We'll get to those through the course of these videos, but right now, let's focus on the iPhone 17. Now, what's special about this? Of course, it comes with everything at the base level that you need. You have a 48 megapixel fusion camera, a telephoto, and you have all the software features. If you want to use the new dual capture mode, it has dual capture. If you want to go into 2x, you can go to 2x, but it stops over there because this is an iPhone 17. It comes with an A19 chipset. But then what's that standout feature on the iPhone 17? There's actually a huge upgrade that people aren't talking about, which is that it finally comes with a Pro Motion display. What does that mean? It's iPhone 17 with 120 Hz of a refresh rate, can go down all the way adaptive till 1 Hz. This is a Pro upgrade on the iPhone 17. What do you make of it? 4 colors, 2 more. Kind of light, but it's not an Air and it's not a Pro. Is this going to be a popular one back in India? Let us know.